1968 was a year of change across the world, and Latin music was no exception. Salsa roots grew stronger in New York, while boleros and ballads carried passion through Havana and Mexico City. Latin music was both escape and identity. These 12 songs captured hope, heartbreak, and rhythm in every verse. And at number 1, the track that marked the birth of a movement still alive today. Number 12, Piel, Canela by Lupe. Starting our list is a fiery reinterpretation of a bolero classic. Lupe, the queen of Latin soul, brought her untamed spirit to Piel, Canela in 1975, blending Afro-Cuban energy with the tenderness of a serenade. Originally a 1950s romantic staple, her version turned the ballad on its head, raw, passionate, and alive. It wasn't just a cover, it was a declaration. Backed by Fanya's elite session musicians, Lupe's voice cracked with emotion, making every line feel like a personal confession. Some say the recording almost didn't happen. Lupe had been fading from the spotlight, labeled too wild by record execs. But this track reminded the world of her brilliance. Imagine a Havana courtyard at dusk, an old radio humming through the heat, and this voice spilling through the air like perfume and smoke. Decades later, her Piel, Canela still lingers, not as a whisper, but a flame. Number 11, El Cantante by Hector Lavoe. They called him El Cantante de los Cantantes. And this was the anthem that made it so. Written by Ruben Blades, El Cantante was Hector Lavoe's defining moment in 1975. A haunting reflection of the performer's loneliness behind the spotlight, it became a salsa monologue like no other. Blades offered the song to Willie Colon, who knew it belonged to Hector. The irony? Lavoe was the song. Joyful on stage, tormented off it. The tension between fame and fragility was real. During recording, Hector reportedly broke down in the studio, overwhelmed by the lyrics' truth. Picture a Bronx block party in full swing, everyone clapping in time, yet one man, lost in the rhythm, hearing his life unfold line by line. El Cantante didn't just speak for Lavoe. It spoke for every artist who ever smiled through pain. And in doing so, it became eternal. Number 10, Copa, Rota by Jose Feliciano.
Aturdido y abrumado por la duda de los celos.
A tale of heartbreak, betrayal, and the bottom of a glass. In 1975, Jose Feliciano released Copa, Rota, a bolero that cuts deep. With his signature voice and masterful guitar, Feliciano transformed this tale of a man watching love slip away into a timeless lament. It wasn't a chart topper at first. Critics questioned its slow pace in a disco-saturated year. But the people felt it, especially late at night when cantinas emptied and jukeboxes whispered confessions no one dared say out loud. There's a rumor Feliciano recorded it in just one take, capturing the rawness before it could be polished away. Think of neon lights flickering outside a lonely bar, someone nursing a drink, and Copa, Rota playing like a wound that won't close. Today, the song lives on as a rite of passage for broken hearts and for anyone who's ever toasted to what could have been. Number 9, Quiero, Dormir, Cansado by Emmanuel.
Y no despertar llorando con la pena de no no verte.
Now we drift into the poetic ache of love lost. Quiero, Dormir, Cansado, released in 1975 by Mexican singer Emmanuel, became an unexpected torch song of its time.
Soñando, vivir soñando.
With sweeping orchestration and Emmanuel's crystalline voice, it captured a singular feeling, wanting to sleep just to stop dreaming of someone. The title translates to "I want to sleep tired," a line that pierced millions. It came during the rise of Latin pop ballads, a softer counter to the booming salsa wave. Behind the scenes, the song almost went to another artist, but Emmanuel fought for it, and it became his breakthrough.
Para no pensar en ti, quiero dormir profundo.
Imagine a rainy night, headlights reflecting off wet pavement, and a young man staring at the ceiling with this song playing softly by his bedside. Its beauty lies in its restraint. It doesn't scream its pain. It simply sighs, and that's what makes it unforgettable.
Y no despertar llorando con la pena de no verte.
Number 8. Lamento Borincano by trio Los Panchos. This one takes us even deeper into memory. Though originally composed in the 1930s, Lamento Borincano found new life in 1975 with trio Los Panchos' lush, harmony-rich version. Their reinterpretation turned the patriotic lament into a bittersweet lullaby of identity and resilience. At a time when Puerto Rican communities were navigating cultural pride amid migration waves, this song struck a nerve. It became a symbol, not just of sadness, but of survival. The recording was done in Mexico City, and it's said the trio wept between takes, channeling real sorrow into the track. Picture an abuela humming it in her kitchen, stirring arroz con gandules, her eyes distant, remembering the island left behind. Lamento Borincano remains a reminder. Our roots travel with us, and music helps carry the weight. Number 7. Anacaona by Cheo, Feliciano. From sorrow to resistance, here comes a queen. Cheo Feliciano's Anacaona, recorded in 1975, is more than a salsa hit. It's a tribute to a real-life indigenous Taina leader who resisted Spanish conquest. Wrapped in a hypnotic groove, the track balances dance floor energy with historical storytelling. Released under the Vaya label, it stood out for its depth and defiance. Cheo, himself overcoming addiction, poured his own battles into the beat, making it as personal as it was political. There's a story that the conga track was inspired by Afro-Caribbean rhythms rarely used in mainstream salsa. And that Cheo insisted on recording it live for authenticity. Imagine a packed club in East Harlem, sweat on the walls, the horns blaring, and Anacaona erupting like an ancestral call. To this day, it moves bodies and spirits, a true anthem of dignity and pride. Number 6. Y Como Es Él by Raphael. Now we enter the world of bitter questions and quiet jealousy. Though more famously re-recorded later, Raphael's 1975 version of Y Como Es Él brought early intensity to this now iconic ballad. A song that asks a rival, who is this man stealing your love? It hit listeners like a punch to the chest. Raphael's theatrical delivery turned every word into a dagger. His voice cracked in just the right places, full of torment and confusion.
¿A qué dedica el tiempo libre? Pregúntale.
Interestingly, the song was originally intended for Julio Iglesias, but Raphael claimed it first, adding a darker, more operatic tone.
¿A qué dedica el tiempo libre? Pregúntale.
Think of an old living room, curtains drawn, someone sitting beside a rotary phone, willing it to ring, as this song plays in the background. It's not just a love song, it's a portrait of heartbreak in real time.
Empieza ya, mujer, no tengas miedo.
If these classics are bringing back memories, hit that like button and subscribe. We post new Latin countdowns every week, keeping the golden years alive for fans like you. Number 5, Pedro Navaja by Ruben Blades.
Y zapatillas por si hay problemas, salir volando.
A knife, a hat, and the street. Storytelling at its finest. While its definitive release came in 1978,
En un zaguán entra y se da un trago para olvidar.
Ruben Blades first tested Pedro Navaja live in 1975, crafting what would become a salsa noir masterpiece.
Un hombre en silencio es un trabajo cansado.
Inspired by Mac the Knife, it told a cinematic story of crime, chance, and irony in urban Latin America. The early versions featured stripped-down arrangements and spoken-word verses that shocked audiences.
Y zapatillas por si hay problemas, salir volando.
Some radio stations refused to play it, claiming it glorified violence. But fans knew better. This was a mirror, gritty, poetic, real. Picture a city sidewalk at midnight, the flicker of a broken street lamp, and a trumpet marking fate's arrival. That's Pedro's world. Even before its official release, Pedro Navaja was already legend, whispered in clubs, remembered line by line. Number 4, Me Va by Julio Iglesias.
Da la madrugada me va el cantar, me va el color.
Now for a lighter breeze, tinted with charm, Julio Iglesias delivered Me Va in 1975 like only he could. Suave, smooth, and universally appealing. It was less about heartbreak and more about enjoying the ride. Released under Columbia Records, the song charted across Latin America and Europe, solidifying Julio's crossover stardom. Critics called it pop with a wink, and it worked. Behind the scenes, Julio wrote the lyrics on a napkin after a romantic weekend in the Mediterranean. Whether that's true or not, it sounds just like him. Picture a beachside cafe, sunglasses on, drink in hand, and this song drifting on the breeze. Life feels lighter suddenly. Me va, didn't try to be profound. It just wanted to feel good. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need. Number 3, Perfidia by Trio Los Panchos.
Nadie comprende lo que su.
Back to the classics, now with a dagger and silk. Perfidia, written decades earlier, found new depth in Trio Los Panchos' 1975 interpretation. Their harmonies gave this betrayal ballad a warmth that made the pain all the more piercing. The title means betrayal, and you feel every ounce of it.
Canto, pues ya no puedo sollozar.
Yet there's a grace in how it's delivered. It's like someone forgiving even as their heart breaks. One studio anecdote. The group lit candles during recording to set the mood, hoping to sing by memory, not by microphone. Perfidia isn't just about infidelity. It's about the beauty in sorrow and how music lets us survive it. Number 2, Si Nos Dejan by Vicente Fernandez.
Si nos dejan, nos vamos a querer.
Few songs ache with such tender hope. Si Nos Dejan, released by Vicente Fernandez in 1975, became an instant ranchera anthem.
Yo pienso que tú y yo podemos ser felices.
A love song disguised as a prayer, it speaks of running away to build a world just for two. If the world will only let you.
El nuevo amanecer de un nuevo día.
Vicente's voice was at its peak. Rich, resonant, pure. Every verse feels like it's being sung on one knee under a balcony. There's a tale that during his live shows people would cry openly when this song began. Not out of sadness, but longing.
Cerquita de Dios será lo que soñamos.
Think of a countryside sunset, a horse's silhouette on the horizon, and a man in a charro suit pouring his soul to the sky. Si Nos Dejan is more than a song. It's the dream of love without borders. Number 1, Quimbara by Celia Cruz and Johnny Pacheco. And at the top, a rhythm that shook the earth. In 1975, Celia Cruz and Johnny Pacheco unleashed Quimbara, a powerhouse fusion of Afro-Cuban roots, salsa fury, and unmatched charisma. From its first beat, it was a revolution. Celia, already the queen of salsa, had just signed with Fania. Pacheco crafted a frenetic, joyous arrangement that let her voice explode like fireworks. During recording, it said Celia improvised most of her scats on the spot, electrifying the studio. Picture a packed dance floor in the Bronx, bodies moving as one, sweat dripping, and Quimbara roaring like a drumline in the heart. This song wasn't just music, it was liberation. It still is. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Latin classics every week, and there you have it. 12 unforgettable Latin hits, a year where salsa ruled the streets and ballads stole the airwaves. From Celia's fire to Julio's charm, these songs captured a generation's soul. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic ride. Next time, we dive into 1987. A year of heartbreak anthems, fiery debuts, and unforgettable voices that defined a decade. Until then, keep the rhythm alive.